I'm here because my daughter was born 6 weeks ago with a heart defect. She was actually born somewhere else and was transferred here when she was about 5 hours old. We didn't think we were going to ever be able to take our daughter home. Those first few hours were very touch and go, and she wasn't expected to make it. She was brought here for a reason, and she's been very well cared for, and they've fixed all of her issues. And she's going to come home soon.
It's a true blessing to be able to make a change in a child's life or a family's life.
Mount Sinai really has an amazing reputation.
It's a team of people who are truly and genuinely dedicated to taking care of children.
There is a bond between you and that family, and I think if you do it the right way, you get back so much love from the patients that it just keeps you energized.
Being here at Mount Sinai, the support of the doctors and the team were really tremendous here for us.
And it's rough just to see your son. He was like 2 weeks old. And just knowing that he couldn't breathe that well because his liver was swollen. It was like taking up so much space. And they didn't know what was going to happen.
The actual surgeon was Dr. Emery. He goes, you know, he's the smallest kid we've ever seen with this. And the youngest transplant patient we've ever done was at 2 weeks of age. He was 3 days old when he met him, and already talking about transplant.
So eventually what happened was that I donated a portion of my liver to my son. He was 6 weeks old at that time.
Finally, I think it was only 3 or 4 days after the transplant that my husband finally got a chance to see Alonzo, which was really miraculous in and of itself.
When we first found out that he had food allergies, a couple of people said to me, "Oh, you have to go to the city, you have to go to Mount Sinai. You know, there's this doctor there who's unbelievable." And I'm thinking, oh, he was 1 year old. I said, I'm going to take him all the way to New York. So I start going on the computer and Googling. And it turns out Dr. Sampson is the #1 real doctor in the world.
Can you open real wide? One of the things that we really stress in our division is the concept of bedside to bench and bench back to bedside.
It's very difficult for a scientist who's working on taking apart the proteins and trying to analyze whether it's a pistachio nut or a walnut when the government says we'll give you X amount of money, but only for peanuts. You know, they just renovated their entire facility here, so we were fortunate enough that we were able to help out with that as well. Also. It's crucial.
When a donor is considering a gift, toward research, they want to look for an institution that has, sort of a critical mass of excellent people, excellent projects going on, the right sort of infrastructure and integration between what's happening in the clinic and what's happening in the lab. And in the Department of Pediatrics here at Mount Sinai, we have that.
I can tell you that the staff here are extraordinary.
For me, our babies are my babies. I come here and I think about them at home. I'm on vacation and I'll email and say, how's so-and-so? And we do that not as an exception, it's an always rule.
I require two or more things of the physicians who I work with. I'm expecting them to be available for families as much as possible, to be kind, gentle, and a good doctor.
What we know in pediatric medicine is that children actually need more than medicine to get better.
What's up, my friend? How are you?
We have the first broadcast studio in the world in a children's hospital.
We air live television 2 times a day to the kids here in the hospital. It's a live interactive television program where they can actually pick up the phone in their room and call in and hear their voice on TV and interact with the people on the shows.
And we can really see the texture.
There are kids who actually have called in and told us that they have used less morphine while they're watching the channel than when they're not watching the channel.
We have entertainment, we have celebrities who come.
All the kids saying magic is here, so you gotta make sure that when I pass it, you score, okay? Okay, I come down again, I look that way, throw it that way to Robert. Oh, yeah!
So for a Mets player or a Yankees player or for Garth Brooks to come in and talk to them directly at their bedside or through the phone and the television that's in their room, being broadcast live and having questions answered live.
How old are you, Myra?
I'm 12.
Celebrities are very, very important to us.
The
are over 6,000 deliveries that occur at Mount Sinai every year, and there are babies that are transferred here from other hospitals for specialized care.
Well, the space for the neonatal unit originally was for a 30-bed unit. We fairly quickly realized that we were going to be successful, and we increased the bed number to 35, even though we really didn't increase the space. And now our census often runs over 40.
Once in a while, when our census does go up into the 40s and 50s, we have had kids in the hallway on a portable monitor in a transporter because there's nowhere else to put them.
There's a critical need for both renovating the neonatal intensive care unit to provide more space so that a mother can stay with her baby as long as she wants, and also have space that we can accommodate more babies as a result of the growing number of deliveries which are occurring here.
There are so many children in our community who we want to serve and want to serve to the best of our ability, and we do. But we do it despite having inadequate budgets and piecing things together every step of the way.
Our department has been very successful in getting grants from the National Institutes of Health, ranking 13 of all medical school-based departments of pediatrics in the country, but this is clearly not enough to do everything that we would like to do.
Of course, the reimbursement that we get for an underinsured child is not going to cover our costs, and every child who comes through the door receives the same level of care regardless of their ability to pay.
We're perched on the fault line of society. A little bit more than 50% of our patients are indigent. This is an underserved population that we're focused on and delivering cutting-edge care to, and we need help to do it.
The patients can't go out and raise their own money. You know, we're going to have to do it, and families are going to have to do it.
Investing in our department is investing in the future. Investing in children that have a long life and can contribute to society. So I think the return on this investment is potentially a very large return.